We, the Venezuelans, we are very sure that Nicolás Maduro, he's a criminal.
Libertad para todos los presos políticos, libertad para Venezuela, su tiempo se acabó. Váyanse, se tienen que ir. Dios bendiga a Venezuela, libertad.
Yesterday, when we all woke up and saw the news, we all felt so hopeful that we were able to have our country back.
He's a violent guy. He gets up there and he tries to imitate my dance a little bit. And he's killed millions of people.
I know they're talking about Trump only wanting the oil, but everybody's there for the oil. Russia, Iran, everybody's there for the oil already. China. So if Trump needs the oil to give us freedom, then that's a price we're willing to pay just so that we have our freedom.
Tienen al mejor presidente del mundo en los Estados Unidos y gracias por habernos liberado. Eres nuestro Simón Bolívar reencarnado en ti.
For Rebel News, reporting from Doral, Miami, and tonight the celebration continues. This is the second straight night of celebrations here at the restaurant El Arepazo in the heart of the largest Venezuelan exile community in the United States. Early Saturday morning, the Trump administration launched a U.S. military operation that resulted in the capture of dictator Nicolás Maduro, bringing him before American justice to face serious criminal charges.
People are so happy with what we've done. You know, you go down to Miami, you go down to a lot of places, and they're all dancing in the streets of this country.
Maduro isn't just accused of corruption. He is being labeled a narco-terrorist. He ruled Venezuela illegally after stealing the last election, clinging to power at any cost. He destroyed an entire nation. He starved his people. He imprisoned and killed his opponents. And tonight, the people he once oppressed are watching him face justice. While Democrats and left-wing activists mourn their fallen dictator, Venezuelans across the world are celebrating. From the streets of Caracas to right here in Miami. Tonight, we will bring you inside one of those celebrations and speak directly with the people who lived under Maduro's brutal regime. Before we get to the full report, head to VenezuelaIsFree.com and consider supporting our independent journalism because we are showing you the truth that the mainstream media refuses to cover.
Libertad, 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 libertad.
What bring you out here today?
The love for my homeland, which is Venezuela. I was born there. Unfortunately, I had to come when I was 8 because we have to flee the country because of the political issues. But yeah, the love for the homeland.
Bueno, a mi país, apoyando a mi país, la verdad que estamos felices por lo que está sucediendo. Volver a ver a mi familia, estar de nuevo en mi país, y lo más importante en este momento es duro.
Basically, what bring me here, since I am Cuban American, so I'm immigrant. I came from the dictatorship from Cuba. So Cuba is very linked to what happens with the Venezuelan government. Unfortunately, we've been in the regime for more than at least for 70 years. And Venezuelan people have been under that regime also, and it is a dictatorship. Basically, it was very bad things that happened to Venezuela now. So in support of the Venezuelan people, since I am from Cuba, I came for the support.
It's my country, and I'm here to represent it and celebrate that they captured someone that was hurting our country really hard.
Celebrar la libertad, el comienzo de vivir esta emoción que los venezolanos tantos pedíamos desde hace más de 10 años, vivir en una dictadura, y que este sea el comienzo de esa libertad, porque esto es una guerra espiritual y los venezolanos con fe, con oración, hoy Papito Dios nos responde que tengamos fe, que la esperanza y la libertad llega a Venezuela?
I'm American, but my whole family is Venezuelan. I grew up mainly in Venezuela till I was 6 years old, then I moved here. We moved mainly because we saw how the situation was going to go. My family was one of the first ones to leave, and then little by little, most of my family came with us. And it's just really sad to be here today, and then we just see, it's really happy actually to see all these people coming together in such a beautiful way because of what happened yesterday with Maduro leaving. It's one of the biggest blessings that we've had in years. It's the farthest that we've come in years, and it's just, what is sad is knowing that, I can't have all of my family with me today because one, we're not all in Venezuela where we're supposed to be all together. Two, my whole family, we have some who are here, some in Orlando, some in Boston, some in Spain, some in Colombia. We all had to migrate in different places and be separated by a cruel man who was just selfish and greedy.
Bueno, el sentimiento patriota de todos los venezolanos que tuvimos que dejar una Venezuela, nuestro país, nuestras costumbres, sacar a nuestros hijos de su cultura, de la separación de la familia. Creo que es el momento de, como dice el Año Nuevo, el reinicio de muchas cosas donde políticamente ya Venezuela tiene que renacer y que podamos volver a casa. Es el sentimiento de muchas de las mamás que tuvimos que criar a nuestros hijos fuera de nuestra tierra.
So the reason we're here, it's representing all political prisoners in our country, Venezuela, who have been tortured. And right now, as you can see, there are more than 300 political prisoners, which we don't have communication with them.
Bueno, hoy acá me trajo mucha felicidad compartir con nuestros hermanos venezolanos la victoria tan importante como es la salida de Nicolás Maduro, que realmente es un paso inmenso que nos ha ayudado Trump a esta gran salida. Estuvimos por muchos años, más de 30 años esclavos, a ser esclavos de lo injusto y que por fin somos libres. Entonces desde acá, desde Miami, me siento profundamente agradecida y por eso vengo a celebrarlo, a festejarlo, a apoyar a mis hermanos venezolanos y a compartir juntos esta gran libertad que nos han dado hoy.
The happiness all over Venezuelan people have inside and have been wanting to celebrate for all these 24 years. Definitely, I think it's something we not only have to celebrate, but thank our President Trump, because if it wasn't for him, nothing would be possible. But yeah, I'm super grateful and thankful we're all here celebrating and united.
So what brought me out here is to support the community, to support the Venezuelan people. I am Venezuelan myself. I was born over there, raised here in Miami. And this just really fills my heart to know that Maduro was able to be captured after so many years. It honestly felt so unreal, but that is the reason why we came out. I wanted to be able to support everyone.
He is not the legitimate president of Venezuela. That's not just us saying it. The first Trump administration, the Biden administration, the second Trump administration, none of those three recognized him. He's not recognized by the European Union and multiple countries around the world. He is a fugitive of American justice with a $50 million reward, which I guess we saved $50 million. And
we should make sure.
Yeah, exactly. But
don't let anybody claim it. Nobody deserves it but us.
What is your experience over there and your family experience?
Well, everybody's suffering over there. There's barely anything for anyone over there. So, yeah, that's just the experience that the whole country is going through right now.
Mi esposo es militar del ejército venezolano, mayor del ejército venezolano. Tenemos 12 años en este país porque huimos de la persecución en contra de él, nosotros como familia. Salimos en diciembre del año 2013 y bueno, fuimos perseguidos porque mi esposo pensaba distinto o piensa distinto. Luchó por la libertad de nuestro país. Luchó y sigue luchando y seguimos aquí luchando por la libertad de nuestro país.
Yes, that's why we immigrated. We were in danger in our country and we took action and decided to move here because we were threatened to be killed for being against the person.
Claro, yo soy periodista, me vine siendo madre soltera, allí está mi hija, con $100 huyendo, cuando alcé mi voz, cuando trabajaba para un medio de comunicación en Venezuela y saliendo de mi programa me hablaron los colectivos y allí yo dije me tengo que ir ya, no puedo esperar. No me dio tiempo de nada y salí de Venezuela y hoy ya tengo 8 años aquí en Estados Unidos.
We were living pretty good in Venezuela many years ago. We have been here, 20 years? And we were doing good. until Chavez came. And then the army, and particularly, I worked for the oil industry, and they came after me. So I had to leave the country. And after a couple of years, I had to bring all my family. That's the reason. Otherwise, I didn't have any other reason.
What was the main reason why they came after
I
you?
was a manager in one of the oil industry companies. I was the IT manager. And they wanted me to allow them to listen to all of the phone conversation. And I said, no, you're not going to do that while I'm the manager. I'm not going to allow you to do that. And that's, brought a lot of problem to me. And after a couple of years, I had to leave. Mm-hmm. They came after me because I didn't allow them. Yeah, that's communists. They don't care. I told them, you're not going to listen to the conversations. The people that I know the people here. I know how honest they are. I'm not going to allow you to listen to private conversations, but to find out, it's nothing here. No, that's not going to happen. You have to come to some other way, but not through me. And that's why. I mean, they went after everybody. That's what they've been doing for the last 26 years.
Así, realmente el gobierno de Maduro nos ha hecho mucho daño. Mi familia y yo por muchos años estuvimos aguantando lo que es la miserable pobreza que se vive en Venezuela, de que no teníamos comida, de que no teníamos transporte, de que no teníamos estabilidad económica. De mi familia actualmente que está en Venezuela, ganar $5 a la semana, $10 al mes, o sea que no te alcanza, un arroz cuesta $3, una harina $3 y pues de verdad eso es mucha tristeza. El gobierno tiene preso a mis primos, tiene preso a mis tíos, tiene preso a mis amigas, solamente porque salieron a las calles a expresar su libertad y no los dejaban, los tenían presos. Así que actualmente pues espero que nos ayuden a que sean liberados todos.
Why do you think it's Donald Trump who actually dared to do something regarding Maduro?
This isn't a country that's on the other side of the world. This isn't a country like we have to travel 24 hours in an airplane. This is Venezuela. It's in our area. The Don Road Doctrine.
I honestly think he's the only one that has had the guts to be able to make such a huge move, and he needs to make sure that everybody understands that he needs to be respected, and that the United States is a country that needs to be respected as well. So obviously he knows exactly what's best for the United States compared to other presidents, and honestly I think that he will go down as one of the best presidents because of one of the best moves that he was able to make.
I think Donald Trump as a president has been performing very well in this new year, and he's very concerned when it comes to communism and when it comes to drugs. So it's proof that Maduro is been doing bad things when it comes to drugs, entering to these countries.
Han pasado muchos presidentes, años que han tratado y llegó el presidente Donald Trump e hizo lo que tenía que hacer. Con mucho tiempo, ha sido, como ellos mismos lo han dicho, con una de las comisiones más cuidadosa, más atrevida, y finalmente pasó, que era lo que queríamos. No era tanto que presidente, sino que lo hicieran, y él lo hizo, y está ayudando hoy a miles de venezolanos a ver esa esperanza, ese túnel de la esperanza.
Bueno, realmente es el primer presidente que ha logrado apoyar a Venezuela. Creo que vamos a estar eternamente agradecidos por todo esto, que se ha enfocado en todos nosotros, y damos gracias, pues eternamente agradecidos por todo lo que está sucediendo en este momento.
I may not agree with him in everything that he does, but it is something that I'm very thankful for that he did, because he had the balls to do that not a lot of other presidents would do, just for just for being scared of what the public would say, or the public opinion, or the majority of the people would say. I can tell that he's not a president who cares mostly about what everybody thinks and everybody's opinions. He mostly goes into what he knows he's seeing, what he thinks is right, and he saw what Venezuela was going under, and also obviously where we were a country that was full of oil and gold and so many things, and he saw that as an opportunity to either one, help the Venezuelan people, and also to bring this oil and this gold to America, having just a win-win situation all around.
Mira, como lo dice Trump, todos los espacios y todo tiene su tiempo. Le tocó a Trump de hacer justicia, de también ver las injusticias que como país de Venezuela, el narcoterrorismo, que era lo que estaba impulsando a que Trump tuviera posesión. Hay que dar tiempo también, cuáles son los protocolos. No pensemos de que Trump se quiera apropiar del petróleo o de las riquezas venezolanas. Y bueno, como patriotas, si le dimos gratis a otros países que lo que nos llevaron fue a la pobreza, al hambre, a la separación, a que la mayoría de los venezolanos nos tuvimos que ir del país por regalarles nuestras riquezas, porque es un país rico, es un país con recursos naturales que tiene que ser inmensamente rico. Entonces, ¿por qué no dárselo a alguien que nos quiere devolver la paz, la tranquilidad, la reunificación familiar y que políticamente, económicamente Venezuela vuelva a ser un país estable?
Well, there's been many presidents before that have said they're going to do something, and there's been many legislators that have said that they've fought against it, but no one's actually taken the action to bring down this regime. What he did brought down the regime, or is in the process of, and there will be an opportunity for the Venezuelan people to choose their rightful leader in a democratic process, and have rights restored to them that were taken away a long time ago. People lost everything. They've lost family members. There's absolutely no respect to human rights, no access to medicine, the basic needs. And so, many have said that they would negotiate, but they were all just talk. I think the action was necessary, and I'm very proud of our president for doing that and our Secretary of State for having the political pants to go in there and do what needed to be done to protect the Western Hemisphere.
Donald Trump es el presidente más inteligente que yo he conocido, aparte de Milei, que son unos excelentes, y Bukele, que son unos excelentes presidentes. Él actuó de la manera que actuó porque principalmente él desea la libertad. Ahora especulan mucho que si es por el petróleo o whatever, que sea por mil cosas. Lo que yo entiendo de Trump es que él realmente buscó la libertad de Venezuela. Él lo prometió en un tiempo, él lo dijo que iba a capturar a Maduro. Aparte que también está por lo de las drogas, está acusado por ser un narcotraficante más buscado que permitía que pasara la droga a Estados Unidos. Entonces Trump se rigió principalmente por el narcotráfico y ya de ahí dio un paso como a la gran liberación de Venezuela.
What would you say to the people, the leftist people who are taking to the street to protest in favor of Nicolas Maduro?
So none of them that are protesting outside the country are actually Venezuelans or lived through it. So they can't really speak unless they actually lived through it. So they won't know what it is to not know whether you're going to get a dinner or what are you going to eat the next day. Living off $2 a month because they don't have anything to, basing off on what your family could send you from other countries, your family working harder to send you money. So it's easy to protest from outside. It's easy to protest from your couch or what you see online, but actually living through it and know what it is, then they can't speak on it until they actually live it.
The new mayor of New York, Zohran Mamdani, saying that what Trump did was illegal. That was a violation of international law. What do you think of that?
He's wrong because he's also a communist. He is. He doesn't have to be a member of a communist party. But if you listen anything that he says, he's a communist, and he's going to be against anything that President Trump will do. You see, of course, what Trump did is to go after a criminal. It's not against the country. It's not against Venezuela. We are very sure about that. So that guy in New York, I hope, he's also taken away from. I don't know how he got elected, but well, that happens. In democracy, in a country like this, that happens. But he's absolutely wrong.
No, los venezolanos estamos en esta oportunidad y estamos con Trump y estamos agradecidos de que haya traído a Nueva York a Nicolás Maduro, la cabeza de un cartel narcotraficante, la cabeza de un dictador, del jefe del cartel de los soles, quien no solamente tiene presos políticos en Venezuela, sino que también hay gente que ha muerto torturada, que está siendo torturada. Y claro que los venezolanos en Nueva York están con Trump, están apoyando, y esta, como le dije desde el principio, es la esperanza de todos los venezolanos puesta en él, en que esto es solamente el comienzo, sabemos que viene mucho más.
The reason we're here is because we think different. If you have a different opinion than the government, you will be in jail. So that's why all of these people are in jail, because they wanted freedom, they wanted to have food in their fridge, they wanted to have the best situation for the family, and that's the reason they are in jail. They didn't commit any crime.
Definitely everyone has their chance to go for who they like and who they want. But the only thing is, I know that Maduro won't be able to see all those videos since he's in jail.
Se lo repito, estamos felices por lo que está sucediendo y nosotros los venezolanos fuera y dentro de Venezuela apoyamos lo que está pasando en este momento. Toda mi familia está en Venezuela, completamente mi mamá, mi papá, mis hermanos, todos están fuera, dentro de Venezuela, y ellos también apoyan. Están felices por lo que está pasando, están gritando de alegría. Lastimosamente no pueden salir como nosotros estamos haciendo en este momento porque hay mucha represión en Venezuela, pero ellos están contentos con todo esto y también agradecidos con el presidente Donald Trump, con todas las personas que están haciendo posible este momento.
I honestly think that they're just trying to find any excuse to be able to bring this down, this operation down. They didn't need any authorization to be able to make this move. And honestly, I don't think that that's going to affect anything. And Democrats are, of course, they're not going to be okay with this. They're okay with slavery, they're okay with dictatorship, they're okay with communism.
No creo que ningún venezolano que vea la justicia que se está cumpliendo ahorita con el arresto del narcotraficante, porque es un narcotraficante, esté en contra. Cada quien y cada presidente tiene sus políticas. Nosotros como venezolanos respetamos las políticas de los países porque estamos fuera y este país nos acogió. Tenemos que unirnos, pero no hay un desacuerdo por la prisión que le va a tocar a Maduro y a su esposa y a todos los que faltan en Venezuela. Es un proceso lento, pero vamos en camino.
If they don't know what is to be living in the dictatorship, they cannot speak up. Because if they come from a communist country like Cuba, as I can, where you cannot express what you are saying. For example, in Cuba, I cannot say that. I cannot be freedom and offer an interview because maybe if I do that tomorrow or maybe when I get home, I'm going to be incarcerated. So there's no freedom. If they have never lived in that condition, they don't have the right to protest. Because it's very easy to talk when you have not suffered, when you have not losing no one for dictatorship. When a dictatorship kill your father or imprison your relatives, you suffer that. It's very easy to go to the street, get paid for some government and protest.
I mean, to me, it's shocking. I don't understand it at all. And what I would ask them is, why don't they ask themselves the question that why are the people in Venezuela out celebrating that this happened? I mean, this tells you these people were captive. You know, they talk about a kidnapper, that the United States is kidnapping the president. No, this person who was not a legitimate president or recognized as a president had kidnapped this country many years ago. So if anything, we have the United States has liberated them.
Do you have a message for the people on the street protesting in favor of Nicolás Maduro?
I think what you're doing is horrible. You can see how many people you've hurt, and you need to stop. You're standing there supporting him for money and for protection when that's not the right thing to do. You need to stand against him because you can see how much harm he has done to us and hurting innocent people just because they want their country back.
If you don't live it, you cannot say things. So if you are not in Cuba, if you're not in Venezuela, if you're not in Nicaragua, you cannot talk about something you're not living. Maybe it's okay if you want to think that way, but if you're not living what all Venezuelans and Cubans are going through every day, that people sometimes they don't have food in their fridge. Don't go out to the streets. Don't do that, because that's not part of being like a good human being.
We the Venezuelans, we are very sure that Nicolás Maduro, he's a criminal. And about narcotics, everybody knows that he's the leader of the cartel de los soles. Everybody knows that. And he's been killing people for many years, young guys, young people, and taking people to jail, being innocent. He deserves. I don't know what's going to happen with him, but I deserve the horse for him. And I believe a high percentage of Venezuelan people deserve the same. They think the same that I'm telling you. I'm very sure about it.
Cuba is ready to fall.
Yes.
Cuba looks like it's ready to fall. I don't know if they're going to hold out. But Cuba now has no income. They got all of their income from Venezuela, from the Venezuelan oil. They're not getting any of it. And Cuba literally is ready to fall. And you have a lot of great Cuban Americans that are going to be very happy about this.
Are you considering U.S. action in Cuba?
We're not. I think it's just going to fall. I don't think we need any action. It looks like it's going down. It's going down for the count. You ever watch a fight?
I have.
They go down for the count.
Do you think maybe Cuba would be next? I honestly think that this can be a snowball effect. I feel like if once this gets completely, fully done successful and, finalized, I feel like maybe Cuba, Colombia, Nicaragua, Mexico can be next. I just think that we need to take it step by step. But yes, I definitely think that in the long run, those countries can also be able to be freed.
What do you think will happen with Cuba?
Well, I will hope that happened the same to Cuba, since Cuba has been the school for the Venezuelan government for a long time ago. Even President Chavez was treated in Cuba and was indoctrinated in Cuba. So all the bad things that happened to Venezuela for all those years, the fault is for Cuban regime. So I hope for the best that happened the same to Cuba.
Bueno, realmente yo espero que Cuba sea libre. Esto es un gran paso porque ya que Venezuela fue capturada, ahora que fue capturado Trump, ahora Cuba no tiene mucho remedio porque Cuba dependía mucho del petróleo de Venezuela. Ahora al pasar esto le van a cerrar todos los medios de comercio y ya no va a tener conexiones en Venezuela como lo tenía con Maduro. Entonces yo espero que ahora Cuba va a pasar por un largo proceso en el cual yo le pido a los hermanos cubanos que confíen así como nosotros confiamos y que aunque ellos llevan 60 años, mucho más que nosotros, al fin se ve una fe de esperanza para ellos. Que estoy muy contenta y sé que también serán libres.
I think it's a domino effect, and if Venezuela is free, Cuba will be free next.
We're going to be running it with a group, and we're going to make sure it's run properly. We're going to rebuild the oil infrastructure, which will cost billions of dollars. It'll be paid for by the oil companies directly. They will be reimbursed for what they're doing, but that's going to be paid. And we're going to get the oil flowing the way it should be. As you know, it was just a minor flow. It was actually a minor flow for what they have. But we're going to run it properly, and we're going to make sure the people of Venezuela are taken care of. We're going to make sure the people that were forced out of Venezuela by this thug are also taken care of.
Because a lot of people say that it was just a selfish act because he just won the oil.
We're not done. We know why he did that. Nobody would ever help, he's not going to help us just because, oh, hey, I'm just going to help you out. No, we're not stupid. We know what's going on. We know that he wants something from us. And honestly, we can't say, oh, but he's stealing our oil, he's stealing the petróleo. We haven't had it. The people in Venezuela haven't had it for years. He's not stealing it, he's taking it back, and he's helping us have it once again. The people in Venezuela didn't have it. They didn't. It was being stolen from us. It was being we had no money. They had no money. They had no oil. They had nothing. It was not something that we could have. So in reality, he's not really stealing anything. He's helping us, and then we're helping him. I think it's a situation where honestly both parties are doing amazing, and I think, mind you, we still have a long way to go as Venezuela and how it progresses and how the government will, hopefully help
more throughout these months or years and help us, reach to a place where a lot of us can go back and, start our lives over there with our families or people that we've missed. But, it's an all-around good decision in my opinion.
If people don't live through it, they won't know how desperate us Venezuelans are for a change. I know they're talking about Trump only wanting the oil, but everybody's there for the oil. Russia, Iran, everybody's there for the oil already. China. So if Trump needs the oil to give us freedom, then that's a price we're willing to pay just so that we have our freedom and make a change. In 26 years, nobody has done anything for our country except for Trump. So if that's a price that he's the only one that has made an action on it, and he's the only one that has delivered his promise. So if that's the price we need to pay for it, then that's okay. Venezuela has a lot of other resources. It's not just oil. We have minerals. We have so many other things that once our country it's better, then we, as Maria Corina always say, we will be an amazing country. We just need that change and somebody to help us for it.
What do you think is only Trump who did something regarding Maduro?
Well, he is a businessman, so he knows there's opportunities there. But again, that's at this moment, Venezuela is willing to provide him with the opportunity to take over the oil or make a change out of it or make a business out of it just so that we could have our freedom back. Again, 26 years suffering.
I don't think it's a selfish action. I think the United States also have oil. So I think the reason he did it is for national security. And if Venezuela cannot work with, it would not work without the help of other countries. So I think if they want to put companies over there, he's welcome.
Un mensaje por Donald Trump.
Gracias, y que no pare esto, que siga, que continúe, que no sea esto y ya. Y yo sé que él no juegue, yo sé que esto va a terminar dándole la victoria y la libertad a todos los venezolanos. Estoy segura de que así va a ser y confiamos en este proceso.
Thank you.
Que siga trabajando con nosotros, que es un proceso que es lento, pero él no nos va a dejar porque Estados Unidos no va a poner un pie o no va a tomar una decisión, una determinación para dejar al aire. Es una potencia mundial, es un líder. Y esto es un llamado a la reflexión de otros países, que ya es hora también de que los pueblos sean libres.
Que gracias por lo que está haciendo por nuestro país, que Dios lo bendiga, y de verdad que estamos más cerca. Tuvimos un poco como de temor o de duda por lo que podría pasar, incrédulos, pero ya agradecida con todo esto, que sabemos que son personas de palabra, que lo que hacen lo están cumpliendo, y gracias. Que Dios lo bendiga.
Sí. Presidente Donald Trump, te habla Margelis Miranda desde Miami, Florida. Soy venezolana del estado de Yaracuy y te quiero agradecer, cuentas con mi apoyo. Te agradezco por todo, hasta ahora no comprendía muchas cosas de ti y viví engañada por mucho tiempo, pero ahora te quiero dar las gracias, eres el mejor presidente a nivel mundial. Te agradezco por lo que has hecho, porque has alegrado nuestras vidas de una manera inexplicable, serás recordado por todos los tiempos. Yo te quiero agradecer porque te fijaste en nuestro país, nos abriste los ojos, nos diste una fe de esperanza y creímos en ti, no nos defraudaste. Sorry por en algún momento haberte odiado, pero te quiero agradecer por todo y estoy sumamente feliz. América tiene el mejor presidente del mundo. ¿Tú eres americana? Canadá. Tienen al mejor presidente del mundo en los Estados Unidos y gracias por habernos liberado. Eres nuestro Simón Bolívar reencarnado en ti. Thank you so much.
Muchas gracias.
Bye.
From Canada to Miami, we are here on the ground to speak with Venezuelans to know how they feel about the last U.S. military action in Venezuela. But it's not cheap. So if you want to support our report on the ground, please go over venezuelaisfree.com and consider making a donation to help us offset our travel expenses. And thank you for watching.